The 6 o'clock news starts right now.
Video hard to watch has now led to an arrest. San Antonio police arrested the person they believe pulled an elderly man down a moving escalator at North Star Mall.
You remember that attack happened almost 4 months ago. Now, back on January 27th, investigators say that a woman and the victim got into a confrontation inside of a dressing room at a store in the mall.
SAPD says that led to a man yanking the 81-year-old victim down that escalator, all captured here on surveillance cameras at the mall. Now, the victim told police that he thought the dressing room was empty when he opened that door. According to SAPD, this is the suspect seen in that video. He is 31-year-old Damon Garcia.
And Garcia is being charged with serious bodily injury to the elderly. Right now, police say that he's being held in the Travis County Jail, awaiting to be extradited to Bexar County.
Bexar County Sheriff's investigators hoping to get the full picture when it comes to a local photographer. This man accused of sexually assaulting a woman. They want to know whether there might be any other potential victims.
Investigators say that attack happened in the suspect's home, and as Katrina Weber reports, he also took photos for a major company right here in town.
While he's used to being behind the camera, 48-year-old John Stephen Lill had no choice but to pose for this photo at the Bexar County Jail. The longtime photographer is facing a sexual assault charge, accused of attacking a client, a woman in her 20s, who told investigators he gave her wine that made her woozy.
To the point where she may have even lost consciousness. But when she came to, the next thing that she remembers is that the suspect was urging her to bathe.
Sheriff Javier Salazar says the woman told them she went to Lil's home outside Bernie this past Saturday. She told deputies she hired Lil to take boudoir-style photos of her, but he took advantage of her instead. Deputies arrested him at the scene, and they say he confessed to giving her alcohol before having sex.
Of course, obviously, he's claiming that it was a consensual nature. The victim states otherwise.
Investigators believe the photo session was supposed to be a side job for Lil. We found out that he also worked on staff as a photographer at USAA. The sheriff says there is no evidence that anything happened there, but the company says it did fire Lil immediately after his arrest.
Still, the sheriff isn't sure this is an isolated case.
Looking and seeing other young female subjects in the photography, we also saw that it's possible that there may be other victims.
If that is the case, Salazar says they should contact the Bexar County Sheriff's Office at 210-335-6000. Katrina Weber, KSAT 12 News.
Now, we've learned a fifth person was shot during Fiesta at Market Square. San Antonio police confirming that information later on this afternoon. Now, we want to show you an x-ray that shows the bullet that was lodged in Adam Jaramillo's thigh. His attorney is telling us that Jaramillo's friends took him to the hospital. SAPD says they have yet to get a statement from him. The deadly shooting is among several incidents involving violence and guns over at Market Square. Jaramillo's attorney sent a letter to the city this week saying that they didn't do enough to warn people about the dangers at Market Square during Fiesta.
I believe that the citizens of Bexar County have civil rights, and one of those civil rights is the right to know what the city knows about the danger of a venue, and to know that that venue is more dangerous than any other venue.
So we emailed the city twice today asking about the security complaints. We haven't heard back. Jaramillo's attorney says that if they don't hear back from the city within the next 2 weeks, they're planning to file a suit.
Tonight, we now know the name of a man who was stabbed to death at a bus stop on the west side. He's been identified as 24-year-old Frank Hernandez. According to SAPD, Hernandez was stabbed at that bus stop near South Zarzamora and West Poplar Street Monday morning. Police detained 2 men near where it happened on that same day, but as of this morning, no arrests had been made. Officers said Monday they did not know why that man was attacked.
A woman charged in the death of a 3-year-old little girl was sentenced to 18 years in prison. Her name is Yvonne Perez. She was in tears as she accepted a plea deal today in court. Perez was charged with injury to a child in the death of Ronnie Salazar, that cute little girl there, back in 2022. Back then, Perez was taking care of Salazar to help the little girl's mother, who was going through tough times. Perez took the little girl to a hospital when she found that she was unresponsive, and that little girl died from her injuries, which included a blunt force trauma to her head. Salazar's mother faced Perez in court today after the sentencing.
I will never get my daughter back. I will never have that opportunity to hear her again. I will never be able to see her beautiful smile anymore. Oh, because you took that from me.
Bettis will now be transferred to a Texas prison, and she will be eligible for parole after she serves 9 years.
Meanwhile, in a different courtroom, a plea deal for another woman accused in the death of a child whose body was found in Colorado. Nicole Aguilar was charged with injury to a child in the death of her 5-year-old son, Dominic Aguilar Acevedo. Court records show that Dominic died at a Northeast Side San Antonio hotel, but his body was found in a ravine in Colorado. Investigators accused Aguilar and her boyfriend of putting the child there. In this plea deal, the maximum sentence is 15 years in prison. The other suspect in this case is set to go on trial May 20th.
Tonight, San Antonio police say all 3 people involved in robbing an armored truck are now in custody. SAPD says Glenn McGarity and Neil Tedder and Deontay Robertson are all accused of holding an armored truck driver at gunpoint and then stealing the money that was inside. Happened around 1 o'clock yesterday afternoon on Walsham Road. SAPD says the 3 are all charged with federal aggravated robbery, and the ATF is now handling that investigation.
The stalled fire contract talks are hanging over the city of San Antonio's plans for its upcoming budget. City budget staff presented a trial budget today, essentially the very broad strokes of what might change.
And while the city expects it's going to need to make cuts, Garrett Berger tells us that how much that is largely depending on where the city and fire union land on a brand new contract. So Garrett, let's go all the way back. Where are the two sides at right now?
Well, in short, they're miles apart. The union was handing out these flyers actually at today's B session, giving firefighters scathing reviews of the latest city proposal for the contract. Now they want to look. The union's biggest issue has been pay. Same thing for the city. The union trying to make up ground that they lost during the last extended contract fight. Now they've also asked about looking at changing up the shift schedule, something that the city says would require adding hundreds of firefighters. In short, the city says the firefighters are asking for too much, it's too expensive. The firefighters saying the city's just not listening to them. But the uncertainty of where things will land leaves a big gap in what the city needs in order to budget for next year. According to the city, its latest set of proposals would cost about $157 million over the 5 years, while it says the fire unions would cost $520 million. So, depending on where things fall, the city says next year's budget deficit could be somewhere between $5 million and $50 million. But either way, city staff are telling council members to be ready to make cuts.
We will need to the mayor's point, make some reductions. And depending on the scale and scope, right, those reductions are going to be to city services. And they're likely to be to employees because 91% of what we do is affecting that.
Now, this hot button issue also became a little bit of a flashpoint today in the meeting. Several council members have been looking to have a closed door discussion about the contracts. They tried again today. The mayor waved them off. So 5 council members, that's half the city council, just about excluding the mayor, had filed a memo demanding a meeting, an executive session, which would be behind closed doors. We got a statement from the mayor shortly, just a couple minutes ago, saying that any discussion should be out in public. We got that as we were talking to those council members. They say that's not a problem. So we'll wait to see whether or not a meeting is actually scheduled. Live at City Hall, I'm Garrett Berger, KSAT 12 News.
All right, Garrett, thank you. Let's turn to the forecast now. We are waiting on this cold front.
Waiting to say bye-bye to the humidity.
Yeah, for a little bit, right? Unfortunately, this time of year, it's short bye-byes that we have to the humidity and the heat. But look at the high temperatures off to the north. 80 in Amarillo, 86 Wichita Falls, 80 Oklahoma City. Meanwhile, Del Rio, 106 the high temperature today. That is a new record. And 90 in Hondo, 91 Pleasanton, 95 Cotulla, 88 New Braunfels, and San Antonio. But that cooler air will sink southward. We're actually going to dip below average for our high temperatures as we go on into this upcoming weekend. This evening, though, we still have that very high humidity. It's sticky out there. Dew points in the mid-70s, southeasterly wind at 5 to 10. Those low clouds filling back in with some patchy fog for the morning. We'll talk more about the cold front's arrival, how much the dew points are going to change, and even some storm chances in just a bit. Okay, you know where else it's sticky right now? I-10 at Frio. Wait until we show you this picture right here. All right, traffic doesn't look that bad there on the left, but on the right, it's just going a little slowly. Right, that's right, the Y, right, where they meet. 609 right now, just a little bit of traffic there, but yeah, hopefully everybody will get to where they need to be soon. Okay, you know what we want to talk about now? This weekend, get your tickets now for our first ever Texas Eats Food Festival. It's going to be Saturday, May 11th, this Saturday at Smoke Barbecue. 20 local chefs are going to be there with food for you to sample. Here's the thing, though. You have to be at least 21 years old to go. The event benefits the San Antonio Food Bank. If you want more information, you want to get those tickets, scan that QR code that you see there on your screen. Another way to do it is to go to texaseatstv.com to get more information.
A man on the southeast side says he's installed additional surveillance cameras on his property to protect himself from police. Alex Delgado was detained by SAPD officers in late February after they showed up to his home looking for a domestic violence suspect. He says officers pushed their way inside, took him to the ground, and handcuffed him. One problem, though, they were at the incorrect address.
I said, my wallet's on the table, get my ID, and you can see who I am, and this is where I live. And then that's when they finally realized that they're at the wrong house.
Coming up in just a few minutes, what Ring video shows and the department's response so far to the altercation.
And we want you to stick around after the break. Let's just be grateful for the weather that we're seeing here, because millions of Americans from the north all the way down to the south are under the threat of severe weather. Look at that. You're going to hear from one woman who took shelter in a barber shop while a tornado was happening in the Midwest. That was up next.
Plus, here at home, Fiesta may be over, but the next candidate for Ray Feo has been announced. Why he's excited to make a difference, he says, through the foundation's scholarship fund. Up next. And taking a quick look outside with live cam. By the time you see this picture tomorrow, we'll be getting a cold front.
All right, meteorologist Adam Caskey is going to tell us exactly what that means for this weekend, including your plans to celebrate Mother's Day. That's up next.
A push for change on two fronts, both involving animals. One, new and external leadership at Animal Care Services, and two, additional policies for dangerous dogs. Tonight on the Light Beat, we look at the District 7 Councilwoman's recommendations, what nonprofits are asking for.
A rezoning request in the city has some neighbors on the far northeast side concerned about the future of their community. So coming up tonight in the Night Beat, we're breaking down this Planning Commission meeting and what the future of this proposal holds.
Fiesta is over, but the spotlight's already on next year. Today, the Ray Feo Scholarship Foundation and Ray Feo Consejo Educational Foundation announced the next Ray Feo candidate. Entrepreneur and businessman Fabian Castillo was bestowed that honor today. The San Antonio native and West Sider says he looks forward to making a difference through the Ray Feo Scholarship Fund.
I've been given to the community for many of years, and it's my time now to really make an impact to the city of San Antonio for the children that are going and trying to succeed and go into college. And now that we're doing vocational school, I really like that.
El Ray Feo, also known as Fiesta's People's King, is elected by the scholarship program. Since 1947, the organization of former kings, business, and civic leaders has awarded $9 million to more than 6,000 students across San Antonio.
And congratulations to the new Ray Feo. Well, switching gears now, tonight millions of Americans are continuing to deal with the threat of severe weather. Right now, 57 million people bracing for potentially strong tornadoes, hail, flash flooding. This new round of severe weather comes after a rough 2 days in the Midwest. More than 40 tornadoes were reported across 11 states. One woman in Michigan even had to hide in the barbershop where she worked, so she stayed safe from a tornado.
I'm 5 months pregnant right now, so really I was just thinking about my baby. The whole back wall of the salon was removed and the bathroom was like completely exposed.
Really terrifying. For some areas, today could actually be day 3 of a tornado outbreak. By the way, this is the 4th time that we've seen a multi-day tornado outbreak in the last 4 weeks. So people there really have been dealing with a lot this summer.
Yeah, it's severe weather season. Adam, I know you've kind of been showing the track of a lot of those storms throughout the week.
Yeah, it's that time of year. We get into May and Tornado Alley typically lights up, and that's what we're seeing right now. I wish we could tap into some of the rain from those storms, and I think we'll have some opportunities in the days ahead. Also, you'll feel some changes. Cold front hits late tomorrow, and then high temperatures will be falling off to near 80 degrees for this upcoming weekend. So we're going from 90 down to 80. Look at our high temperature trend, 90 tomorrow, 84 on Friday, which actually is a degree below average. And then we could even be talking upper 70s for highs on Saturday. It depends on the extent of the cloud cover. We expect the clouds to be fairly prevalent on Saturday. If they're even thicker than anticipated, we'll be stuck in the mid to upper 70s, basically near 80 degrees as we go through the weekend. You look at temperatures right now, 104 Del Rio, 93 Carrizo Springs, 92 Cotulla, Laredo, up to 96, Junction 101. We have some heat out there, that's for sure. The clouds held tight right around Bexar County, so our high temperature 88 degrees here in town. But you look off to the north, and that cool front's creeping its way into North Texas. Amarillo 81, Oklahoma City now at 79 degrees. And you'll see a drop in the humidity. Notice the dew points behind that front are lower, 54 degree dew point in Oklahoma City. We also have the dry line that's creeping its way almost into the hill country. Del Rio behind the dry line at 46. One reason why their temperature boosted with that drier air, you can warm up more efficiently. And Del Rio did, making it to 106 for the high. But you look at our mugginess locally, and we've got our dew points in the mid 70s for the most part. Very, very sticky and muggy air in place at that oppressive level for dew points. We typically don't see them any higher than this. And even in the summer, we don't usually see dew points even this high. Now, our dew point trend will be on the downswing. Notice by Friday, they drop off. Saturday, we're in the pleasant category. And the humidity will return a little bit Sunday, but it's not going to be as bad. We're not anticipating these dew points back into the mid 70s. So we will get a break from this very sticky air and even feeling pleasant, especially on Saturday. As we're talking about the tornado threat, north of Austin through Waco, all the way toward Tyler and Dallas, and just about to Texarkana. That's where we have the tornado threat within this polygon here. That's the tornado watch box for this evening. And you see multiple tornado watch boxes through the midsection of the country, Kentucky, Tennessee included, and even severe storms into North Carolina. It's severe storm season. This is what we get this time of year. As for us, as the cold front drops southward, we'll have some development in North Texas closer to Dallas early tomorrow afternoon, and then most of it should stay to the north of us. However, what we'll be watching for is the chance and the outlying chance of a storm or two making it here to our neck of the woods. We think most of them will be around and north of Austin, but there's that potential that one or two could make it here, and that's why we have that 20% chance of a thunderstorm tomorrow afternoon and early evening. In the rare event something forms, it could quickly become strong to severe. We'll take whatever rain we could get. Notice the drought monitor, which will be updated tomorrow, still has the extreme drought in the hill country. And tomorrow I anticipate some changes, not just in our area, but especially across the state. 20% chances of showers and storms the next couple of days, up to a 40% by Sunday. That's the key on Sunday. Better odds of some showers and storms with thicker clouds. And notice those morning temperatures dropping off too. Low 60s to start the day on Saturday. How about that?
Yeah, not bad. Thanks, Adam.
And we know what our friend here is going to be doing on Sunday. There's the NBA draft lotto.
Yes, so we're going to be glued to it. Now, the Spurs don't have the best chances to win the overall #1 pick, but they're still double digits, so we're going to talk about that. And in girls high school golf, the Alamo Heights Mules, will they rule once again? Coming up.
I'm extremely proud of our team. I was very sad to lose my freshman year, but I knew we could do it the next year because we practiced extra hard. We stayed after practice. We put in just extra work.
In 2022, the Alamo Heights girls golf team lost state by 1 stroke. They've since gone back-to-back for their third 5A title in 4 years in big board sports. The 2024 NBA Draft Lottery is this Sunday afternoon, 3 p.m. live right here on KSAT 12. Now, last season, the Spurs won the lotto and then drafted Victor Wembanyama #1 overall, joining David Robinson and Tim Duncan as the Spurs' #1 overall selections in franchise history. Wemby would go on to win NBA Rookie of the Year unanimously. Now, last year, the Spurs were tied with the Pistons and Rockets for the best odds to win at 14%. This season, the Spurs down just a little bit, and we're going to take a look at those. Here are the 5 teams with the best odds of winning the lottery. Detroit and Washington sit 1-2 with a 14% chance to win the #1 overall selection. Charlotte is 3rd at 13.3%, Portland 4th at 13.2%, and there are the Spurs in 5th this year with a 10.5% chance. For the third time in 4 years, the Alamo Heights girls golf team reigned supreme in Class 5A. The Mules successfully defended their UIL State Golf Championship by 4 strokes, finishing with a total score of 601 across the 2-day tournament yesterday at Legacy Hills Golf Club in Georgetown. Abilene Christian University commit Julia Vollmer was the Mules' top finisher with a 2-over-par 146. Vollmer and her teammates described the victory as very emotional.
I was in tears, and it's weird. It's like happy because you win, but it's also very bittersweet, almost sad that I have to leave because we just are all really good friends. Every single year at state, I've had the privilege of being the last group on the 18th hole, and so every year my teammates have come and given me a big hug, and that's just like that's always going to be like a memory that I'm going to hold like every single year.
I'm not usually an emotional person, but just running out to hug Julia when she made that last putt on 18, I couldn't help but tear up. This is our goal at the end, and to realize like, oh my gosh, it's my senior year and we've done exactly what we've always been wanting to do. It's just like you can't help but get emotional.
They'll get to add another ring to their collection to remember this title run forever. 3 titles in 4 years. That's dynasty status.
You win the first one, you think, okay, that's great. Then you win the second one, and okay, but you get that third one, and you've put yourself in a position of not many teams have won 3 state championships in any sport. And so I would like to think that third one puts us in the conversation as some of the best high school girls golf teams in the state in our history of high school girls golf. And so I'm thrilled that we were able to get there, and then hopefully we'll have a chance to compete for another one next year.
Way to go, Mules. This Friday night, the Bryce Strong Foundation is asking you to join them at Cigars International at 7 p.m. for a Bryce Strong Foundation event. They will have a silent auction, raffles, food, a DJ, and more. Now, you can scan the QR code on your screen to donate and help the lives of children and families affected by adolescent cancer.
Larry, thank you.
Yep.
So coming up, San Antonio police are investigating a trio of officers who responded to the wrong home while they were searching for a domestic violence suspect. That was earlier this year. After the break, KSAT Investigates reveals what the homeowner captured on his Ring camera and how he's trying to hold the department accountable. San Antonio police take a man to the ground inside of his home and they handcuff him.
But they soon realize they're in the wrong house.
It's like the people you rely on to protect you and keep you safe, they're not the people that you can rely on anymore.
KSAT investigates this case of mistaken identity and the victim's ongoing frustration with the department. Here's Dylan Collier.
We don't usually have guests or anybody coming over that late.
Alex Delgado and his girlfriend were not expecting visitors at their Southeast Side home in late February when 3 San Antonio police officers appeared at their door after 9 o'clock. Portions of the encounter captured on Delgado's Ring doorbell camera.
I got a call. Somebody broke into your garage.
Probationary officers Rogelio Guillen and Serena Rodriguez and Officer Bless Aker, seen shining a light in Delgado's eyes, were searching for a man with a domestic violence warrant who may have broken into a garage.
The atmosphere is calm. I'm relaxed. I'm answering questions. I'm being compliant.
Can you get the light on my face, please?
The situation quickly escalated and spilled from Delgado's entryway into his home. He says the 2 male officers grabbed his arms.
And then Aker, he kicks my legs from underneath me. I fall, I land on both my knees, and I'm on my hands.
Delgado suffered a bruised arm and a cut and swelling to one of his knees. Surveillance video shows Delgado being led from the home in handcuffs, Guillen holding a gun that was on Delgado when he was detained. Once outside, officers determined they were supposed to respond to the home next door and release Delgado without even taking a statement. Delgado said the officers' actions, particularly those from Aker, were out of line.
This guy is like, to me, he's deranged. Like he's out of his mind, he's out of control.
Getting SAPD's version of what happened has been no easy feat. The department confirmed Guillen and Rodriguez are recent graduates of the academy and still probationary officers. None of the three have any disciplinary files on record. SAPD blocked the release of 911 audio from that night, as well as body and dashboard camera footage. After KSAT asked for a copy of any use of force reports from the incident, we were told no responsive documents exist.
They didn't apologize at all. I didn't expect them to basically attack me.
For KSAT Investigates, I'm Dylan Collier.
Internal Affairs Division, the officers' actions. A department spokesman tells KSAT that nothing that was reported at the time of the incident met the criteria of a use of force. Delgado says that he recently installed additional surveillance cameras on his property because he no longer feels safe from the police.
Tonight, lawmakers are up against the clock to pass a major federal aviation bill. The FAA Reauthorization Act would guide aviation policy for the next 5 years and have an effect here in San Antonio. At 5 o'clock yesterday, we told you that if this passes, San Antonio International would get 5 new direct flights to Ronald Reagan National. That's something local leaders have been pushing for years. It also includes a plan to fill a shortfall of 3,000 air traffic controllers, prevent planes from colliding on runways, and set policies for airline refunds. The bill's now in the Senate. The deadline to get this passed is Friday.
Also this, what are you waiting for? More than $1 billion in tax refunds still on the table. You have until next Friday to claim that cash. May 17th is the deadline for people who failed to file their 2020 tax return to become eligible for a refund. Now, traditionally, the filing deadline to claim old refunds are around April 15th, but you remember that in 2020, the filing deadline had to be extended to May 17th because of COVID-19.
Now to the race for the White House. President Biden in Wisconsin today to highlight a new multi-billion-dollar manufacturing investment.
And former President Donald Trump gets a legal victory in his Georgia election interference case. ABC's Rena Roy has the latest.
President Biden on the campaign trail in the battleground state of Wisconsin, highlighting a new $3.3 billion Microsoft AI data center in Racine.
It's going to result in 2,300 union construction jobs just to build a new facility, and 2,000 permanent workers to work in the data center. It's going to be transformative, not just here, but worldwide.
The new manufacturing investment to be built on the same land as the failed project by Foxconn, the Taiwanese company that former President Donald Trump said would bring 10,000 jobs to the area.
This will be one of the largest jobs ever built in the world when it's completed.
But it never happened.
They wasted hundreds of millions of dollars of your state and local tax dollars to promise a project that never happened. Foxconn turned out to be just that, a con. Rather than creating them, 1,000 manufacturing jobs left Racine.
As Biden campaigns, Trump spending the day in Florida and posting on social media. In a legal victory for Trump, an appeals court in Georgia has agreed to take up his appeal of the decision to keep District Attorney Fani Willis on her election interference case against him, likely delaying the case significantly.
It guarantees that the only case that's going to trial out of these 3 criminal cases is ultimately the case that's now for the judge in New York State.
Trump will be back in New York City Thursday for his hush money payment trial. Adult film actress Stormy Daniels expected to take the stand again for another day of testimony. As Trump heads back to court, Biden heads west to California and Washington later this week to raise more campaign funds, adding to his already large cash advantage over Trump. Rena Roy, ABC News, New York.
We want you to stay right where you are because up next, we're going to talk about this. Manufacturing, we know that's one of the leading sectors in the region's economy. After the break, leaders in that very industry are going to tell us how it's evolving.
Manufacturing is growing in our region by leaps and bounds. We are on the map nationally.
So manufacturing is one of the leading industries in our local economy. And today, manufacturers showcase their latest products and innovations right here in San Antonio.
And Tiffany Huertas found out what's new at a trade show and conference and what job opportunities are out there.
JCB is a construction equipment and agricultural equipment manufacturing company based and headquartered in the UK, but we have facilities all over the world.
And JCB is expanding to San Antonio, bringing more job opportunities.
So our new facility will need around about 1,500 employees when it opens, and that's everything from assembly workers, manufacturing, engineering.
City leaders say it is expected to have a $30 billion economic impact over 10 years. JCB was present at this year's 23rd annual South Central Texas Manufacturing Trade Show and Conference.
It's an excellent opportunity for us today. We are new to San Antonio and new to Texas, so we're here today to try and find as many local, good quality manufacturing suppliers that we can to support our new facility when it opens in 2026.
Manufacturers from automotive, cybersecurity, and even aerospace gathered at the Freeman Expo Hall this morning.
We have 1,100 folks showing up. We have 132 exhibitors here in the house. These are our regional manufacturers who are showing what they make and how they employ folks in great careers in manufacturing.
The San Antonio Manufacturers Association, that has been around for 110 years in our region, hosted the event.
How has manufacturing evolved over the years in our region?
So manufacturing has evolved over the years in our region, becoming more sophisticated, higher skilled jobs. The image of the old factory, dangerous place, that's long gone.
This event gave companies and local students a space to share their latest projects. Tiffany Huertas, KSAT 12 News.
Okay, that's all good news for our region.
Yeah, let's take a look outside with live cam. Some good news would also be a little less humidity.
Yeah.
And you notice that extra haze in the air. We still have some smoke in our sky because of the agricultural burning down in Mexico, southern Mexico, and even Central America. You know, we see that pretty much every May around here, and it's the prevailing winds will sometimes carry that up, and that's what we're seeing. 88 right now. By midnight, we're at 79, and then mid-70s to start the day again tomorrow. Very sticky and humid until a cool front arrives. We're going to time that out and also talk about how much rain has fallen and where over the past week.
So we have so much that's happening this weekend. We have the Texas Eats Food Festival that's happening on Saturday. Also Saturday morning, Wilson County, the Veterans Affairs Services Office is going to have an event for veterans and their families over in Floresville. So there's a lot happening. Also Mother's Day.
Yeah, let's not forget the moms.
Yes.
We're looking at the forecast, Adam.
Well, Mother's Day is looking like we've got our best shot at rain then. 40% chance, so some scattered activity, but also cooler and not as humid, not as sticky in the days ahead. I mentioned the smoke earlier. Let's go to our smoke forecast and computer model. And it has some overhead and especially along the Gulf Coast, or I should say over the Gulf Coast. And it's all that agricultural burning in Mexico and Central America we get this time of year. And then the low level winds out of the south-southeast carry that up into Texas, and we'll have it overhead again as we get into tomorrow, really until the wind shifts with the cool front tomorrow night. Now, I showed you the drought monitor earlier, and this will be updated tomorrow, so I'll bring you the newest one and a comparison because I anticipate changes for parts of Texas. Let's look at the rainfall just since this time last week, and I'll put this into motion, and well, that was a dud. Come on, buddy. It disappears, of course, at the wrong time. It just worked a minute ago. You know, I'm going to skip this, go back to it. Oh no, and it all disappeared. Well, anyway, we had a lot of rain across a good chunk of this state. It was too much of a good thing just north of Houston. That's where we had over 12 inches of rain, but the hill country and south of San Antonio, we had some decent rain. That's going to be factored into drought monitors going forward, so I anticipate some changes here and there. 20% chance of showers and storms around here tomorrow, Friday, and Saturday. Saturday, sprinkle activity. That's about it. Sunday, 40% chance. We boosted it a bit because we think we have got a better shot at actually getting some showers and storms developed and maybe even organized a little bit. And even early next week, some isolated activity possible. Notice the tornado watch boxes north of us. We're talking north of Austin, Waco, Dallas, just over toward Tyler, and then all the way up into parts of Missouri, Arkansas, and eastward. Kentucky down through Tennessee. That's where the main activity is, and even severe weather stretching into the Carolinas. It's not here. We are just a little too far south of that. And even tomorrow, I think, will be a little too far south to get into much, if any, shower and thunderstorm activity. Cold front drops southward tomorrow early in the afternoon. Storms develop near Dallas, and then they push southward, and some of this likely to be severe off to the north of us tomorrow afternoon. The question is, can any of this actually survive and make it here into our backyard, into our neck of the woods? I don't have a lot of confidence in that actually happening, but in the rare event that it does, it would likely be strong to severe with large hail and localized wind gusts being the primary threat. We give it that 20% chance because we're not expecting much, if anything, to develop. Otherwise, another gray start to the day. Areas of fog, 75, very humid, 86 at noon, right near 90 for the high temperature tomorrow afternoon. But we'll be a little warmer than that in outlying areas. Sabinal, 98, Pleasanton, 95, Seguin, right around 90 degrees. Then notice the temperatures. They drop off. 84 on Friday. Saturday, we're down to 79 for the high temperature. And even on Mother's Day on Sunday, 80 degrees. So actually dipping a little below average temperature-wise for a change. But if you love the 90s, just wait. Next week, Tuesday, back into the 90s.
Yay! We'll always come back this time of year.
Of course.
Adam.
Thank you.
The Buzz is up next. In the Buzz today, South by Southwest is heading across the pond. The annual festival in Austin is now launching an edition in London. South by Southwest London will feature a mix of showcases for TV and film, music, digital innovations, and gaming.
Because why not? It's also going to focus on visual arts, design, fashion, and immersive experiences. London Mayor Sadiq Khan says that this is really an historic opportunity for that city. The festival is going to take place in June of next year, but you can start buying tickets this October. So if you don't know this, actor Sylvester Stallone is an avid watch collector, kind of his thing. And now fans are going to have a chance to get a piece of it. The Rocky star is auctioning nearly a dozen luxury timepieces. Now, among the items is this rare watch that you're looking at right here. It's expected to fetch as much as $5 million.
Fancy. It comes in a box engraved with Stallone's name. Sotheby's has dubbed it the Holy Grail for watch collectors. Only 7 were ever made. Other watches, some of which Stallone wore in his films, are expected to sell for up to $400,000.
Seems like a bargain in comparison to that $5 million, right?
Yeah, when you compare. Okay, the world's largest vacuum. That's this. It is designed to suck up planet heating pollution, and it's just opened up in Iceland. Mammoth is a commercial direct-to-air capture plant in Iceland, which runs off of clean geothermal energy. The Swiss company Climeworks says it's able to pull 36,000 tons of carbon from the atmosphere at full capacity.
This is something that I guess we've been fantasizing about if you're worried about all those carbon emissions. Now, that's equivalent, that amount that you just gave, to taking around 7,800 gas-powered cars off the road for a year. Okay. The technology is designed to suck in the air and then strip out the carbon using chemicals. And that carbon can then be injected deep beneath the ground, reused, and then transformed into solid products. All right, maybe we can get one in every country.
It's the future.
Yes.
We'll be right back.
Main focus here with that cool front that's hitting late tomorrow is a change in temperatures. We're going to go from 90 degrees down into the upper 70s. So Saturday, a high temperature of 79. A lot of cloud cover in the forecast, particularly this weekend, especially as we get into Sunday, Mother's Day. And that's also our best shot at rain at 40%, so some scattered activity. Let's cross our fingers that we get some good rain in town this time.
Right?
Yeah,
Fingers
thank
crossed.
you, Adam.
Thank you.
And thank you for watching the news at 6.
Have a lovely dinner, and we'll see you right back here on the Night Beat.